Hello, princess. Is that you? Say something. Just a word.
Liar!
Before you hang up, let me explain. No, let me apologize.
Stop ringing or I'll phone the police.
And have me arrested?
Yes, I hear they have the electric chair in America.
God, it's good to hear your beautiful voice, princess.
Leo, some men make women weak in the knees. You make me weak in the stomach.
I see time hasn't dulled your tongue.
It's sticking out at you now.
Not a word for 53 years, and I've called you 3 times in the last minute.
56 years, Leo. But you was never good at dates.
What are you saying? That I didn't come looking for you after the war?
Sure, with your army of lady blondes as foot soldiers.
Oh, come on, I was a kid who didn't play the field a little.
Leo, you played whole paddocks.
Now, let me explain.
No, let me guess. Szudrich Sie der Steuer. Wenn ihr wollt nicht gemacht Bett, wollt ich nicht gekommen zu kein Cat. It's the carpenter's fault. If he hadn't built the bed, you wouldn't have sinned.
Princess, you know what it was like in that concentration camp. Denied every pleasure in life, waiting for death's hands, and then suddenly you're released. What's a guy in his 20s going to do?
What he promised.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. You did me a favor. I met a good man.
That's great. I'm real happy for you, princess.
Stop calling me that. You left your princess in the tower. And you never came back.
Yes, who?
I don't have time for your service.
I know. It's not like you were standing there with your arms folded, staring at the phone, demanding it to ring with that little frown of yours. You forget how well we know each other, princess.
You're wrong. I went back to bed. Waiting for you, I gave up long ago.
I don't know why I didn't come for you after the war.
That's it? I don't know. That's the best you got? Do us both a favor. Take some time. Compose your thoughts. And call back in 56 years when you got something worth saying.
Don't hang up, please. I'm getting carpal tunnel from hitting redial. Can I ask, how long did you wait?
Every morning I'd get all dressed up and sit on that bench in the park in Warsaw, just like we agreed. And until dark, I would stay.
How many days did you sit?
As many days that make 3.5 months.
Oh God, I feel terrible.
Muzzle tough. While you was getting fresh, I was getting piles.
I came back for you. It was 2 months after we were supposed to meet. I peeked out of my hiding spot and there you were, sitting on that bench. God, how I wanted to go to you, but you had this look like the only reason you were waiting for me so you could tear me apart and eat me alive. I couldn't will my legs to walk a single step. Can I ask you something? Something I've always had I come over. Would you have taken me back?
Only to tear you apart and eat you alive.
You're still angry at me.
No, anger I save for Hitler. For you, Szudrich, I want nothing more than a slow death at painful hands.
About a year later, I came back looking, but you were gone.
And you expected me on that bench? What am I, a pigeon?
They said that you took a boat to Australia. For years, I'd have these dreams where I'd see you standing on the deck of that boat, looking out for me one last time as you set sail. Is that how it played out?
No, I went to my cabin. And as I was putting my luggage in the rack, this man helps me with my case. 8 months later, that man, Max, became my husband.
I also married fast to Sophie.
And you told this wife of yours that you found my number on the computer?
Sophie thinks it's just two old friends catching up. She doesn't know how much you missed me.
Leo, there's a really nice place you should try and visit. It's called Reality.
Princess, you can fool the world with your tough woman, stiff jaw, flared nostrils routine. But not me. You know your giveaway. That little nervous twitch in your left pinky finger. Like that first night I poked my pinky between the wires and wrapped mine around yours. God, how I wanted to jump through that fence. And Princess, you know why I married Sophie? Because she was the opposite of you.
And you know why I married someone brave and faithful? Because he was the opposite of you.
You're right. I was so infantile. But when you're young, you're a half-wit.
And now that you're old, you're a full wit. Goodbye, Leo.
Sing for me,
What?
like we used to do every night when we'd sneak to the fence. Tumbala, tumbala, tumbala laika. You in the women's camp, me in the men's, risking our lives to whisper between the wires. Tumbala, tumbala, tumbala laika. Dancing in a death camp, what a thing. Imagining we're in each other's arms.
I don't live in the past, Leo, even if the past lives in me.
Visit me. I'll buy you a first-class ticket.
You have some chutzpah. I wait months on a bench. Now you want I should schlep the road for you?
I spoke with my doctor, Princess. He said the flight could kill me.
Then let me buy you that first-class ticket.
If you hate me so much, why do you still look at my photo?
What photo?
The one I had hidden in the camp. The one I gave you. My portrait before the war. This innocent kid of 17, smiling, with full red cheeks and no idea what life
I
was about to...
don't remember any photo.
Princess, you never were a good liar.
And you was always the best fun figure.
What happened when you were taken away from the camp? Years later, I heard rumors that they...
Why can't you be like every other Jew and try to forget what happened?
Because I can still see the first time I laid eyes on you. Standing by the window in the women's dormitory, all bald and full of bones, but I'd never seen anything so beautiful. And I still hear those words as men ran into my dorm months later. Leo, they've moved all the women. I race out to our fence, refusing to, because we knew what moved meant. So I stand there night after night, my pinky finger hooked between the wires. Friends pleaded with me as I stop eating, wasting away. Live, Leo, survive. It's what Rosa would have wanted. Months later, many months later, I saw a face in the same window I first caught your eye. and I met Sophie, and we whisper between the wires. And not long after we were liberated, we married, not for love, for children, children that would carry our traditions, children who would tell their children what the Germans did to us. But always in the back of my mind was you. What if you survived? So I go to the park, and there you are on the bench. And I stand there, a married man with a pregnant wife, knowing I had ruined both of our lives.
What do you want from me, Leo?
I want to hold you, princess, even just once.
I saw you.
What?
I saw you, Leo. From the bench, I was sitting, and there you was peeking through the bushes.
I must have stood there for 2 hours.
I was waiting like I promised. It was you who never came over.
You have a good marriage.
My Max was a good husband.
I'm sorry.
It was more than 10 years. And your marriage?
I've been divorced for 13 years. But ever since I stood at our fence with no pinky to hold on to, I felt this ache in my heart.
That night, we were taken from the camp, herded like animals. Those of us that survived lay in another camp, listening to screams, terrible screaming, waiting to be pulled from bed. What those soldiers did to me. That's why I could never have children. I was able to turn off the memories. But my husband, Max, was in Auschwitz. It was his job to pull the gold teeth from the bodies after they was gassed. Faces of the dead came back to him in nightmares. The times he managed to sleep, I would leave my husband and sneak away to a hiding spot where I kept a photo, your portrait before the war that you gave me. After Max took his own life, I was full of guilt. I went to tear up this photo, but as I took it in my hand, I saw that there was this message on the back. 4 words. Zijn veilig gevangen in him. Be happy. Find him. He knew. For 47 years, Max knew. His whole life, he gave his heart to me. When he knew mine was somewhere else.
Rosa, I need to tell you something. I'm having a procedure. It's no cure. Maybe it buys me a couple months. When I found out, I just wanted to hold you. But I'm never going to feel you in my arms.
You see my little finger? Hold it like you used to. How does that feel?
Like something I should have never let go of.
Dance with me. Tumbala, 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 laika. Tumbala, 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 laika.
Tumbalalaika, strumbalalaika, tumbalalaika. May we be happy.
Close your eyes. You are in my arms now, Leo.
And you're in mine, princess.
Tumbala, 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 laika.
Tumbala, tumbala, tumbalalaika.
Tumbala, laika, strumbala, laika.
Tumbalalaika. May we be happy.